Buddhism, in the Tibetan Buddhism tradition, we have called the open prayer, but doesn't matter because we're not really doing Buddhism way or anything. But the one important is make sure we have right motivation. Anything what we do, I think one of the most important is make sure we have right motivation. Because if our motivation is not good, sometimes wisdom is become tricky and dangerous. Yeah. So I think wisdom needs support of the good motivation. Good motivation means that whatever we do, want to do for good reason. And so in Tibet, I will tell you one short story. In Tibet, one monk meditating in the cave. So then he heard some local people going to visit him one day. So that morning he cleaned all his shrine. Normally in the cave, they don't take care that much. And after he finished cleaning all the shrine, then he sit down and reflects why he did that, why he cleaned his shrine. Then he realized he didn't clean the shrine room for based on the devotion or good heart. He cleaned the shrine for show the impression to visitor. So his reason of cleaning shrine is a really wrong reason, negative reason. So that way he went to outside, pick up a handful of dust, throw on the shrine, and sit down. So later, one Indian called great yogi called Patamba, who came to Tibet, and he heard about that, and he said in Tibet, one of the greatest offering is that retreaters handful of dust. I'm not encouraging you to throw dust on your shrine or altar or anywhere, But basically, because when he was cleaning his altar, his mind is getting dirty. Make sense? Mm-hmm. But when he start make it dirty his altar, then his mind become clean. So that reason, I think any kind of this is every day we have to carry on. Doesn't matter what religion you do or you don't have religion. Doesn't matter. Every day when we wake up morning, make sure try to repeat. I want to do good things. I want to be a good person. I want to be helpful. Even just repeat the word. When you have that kind of goal or that kind of motivation, then make sure, don't forget the day, through the day. That is, in the Buddhism we call them mindfulness. It means make sure we're not forgetting who we are, what we want. Because there are lots of distraction comes through the day, and because of those distractions we forget what we want to be. So that reason, the first thing is always be good motivation, and with that motivation, and tonight we're going to do some meditations. So for the meditation, we said two things important: essential point of a body and essential point of a mind. because body and mind work together. Scientists saying is our brain is mind, but Buddhism said there's beside the physical and brain, there's a mind separate. When we died, that mind separate from the body. But until we have the air inside our body, that mind function inside the body, work with the body. So whatever goes with the body, mind can feel that one. Whatever goes with the mind, body can react with that. Like for example, when you're really upset, you have really hard time to smile. You couldn't smile because your mind is really upset. Seems like your mind and body doesn't have to do each other. Mind is a separate one, body is, but they function together. So when we're meditating, reason why I'm saying, so when we're meditating, we need body support to how to meditate. So that reason I said, in the Buddhism we said essential point of a body. There's how to sit during the meditation. It's called the southern posture of Buddha Bharajana. But I think one important is make sure your body sit really straight, upper body. Especially your spine have to be like saying like a spine have to be like a coin, what called stack. Yeah, coin stack. Really straight, straight, completely from the lower back to until to the head. So make sure spine is really straight. The reason is that when our body is really straight, and all the inside the channel becomes straight. When channel is straight, air inside air runs slower. More air runs slower, our mind becoming calmer. So that reason, mind need help from the body. That's called the essential point body posture. And there's two ways to sit. You will see Buddha's image. Like Shakyamuni Buddha, you see here. It's a sitting like a lotus cross leg. And there's another we call the future Buddha, Maitreya, who sit on the chair, like four of you sitting like that. So I think both way to be okay. Even some Theravada tradition, they do the walking meditation. Yeah. So basically, you have to try to make body really relax, calm, and then mind becoming easier. Mind easier to be calmer with that. Then essential point of a mind as the beginner practitioner, or if you're meditating, beginner meditator. See, there's two kinds of beginner I can tell you. One is a beginner of the actual meditation. One is a beginner of this life. Some people, even you are doing first time in this life of meditation, but can observe easily. Those are not really beginner, because many lifetime they have already have done, so that way much easier. And a really beginner, they are much harder. And you don't have to think, oh, I cannot meditate, my meditation is not working. I think beginner, anyone, unless you have a many lifetimes experience, it is really difficult. When I was in the retreat long time ago, was doing some meditation. And after my session of retreat, I think it's a month or 2 months, we have to come out to take break because one particular section is finished. So I came out and I went to see my teacher, and I said, I'm not sure my meditation is working. And he said, what happened? I said, when I go to in the meditation, seems like I have more thought than normal day. Seems like my mind is more active when I go to meditate. And he said, it's not that your mind is more active when you go to meditate. It's the only difference is when you meditate, you are aware of your thought. When you're not meditating, you're not noticing and you have those thoughts. So that way, he said that's a good sign actually. And so at the beginning, I think it's not that easy to stable, but it's a slow process we can bring into the mind. Okay. Relax, and that kind of meditation itself. Generally, if you wanted to every morning wake up, as earlier I mentioned, try to meditate on the first meditate on the good heart. Just think about the positive, how positive you want, and try to repeat that. Try to build that habit, because we have those thoughts. Those thoughts build habit that will become familiar, so we can have easily. When we are arising thought, it's really easy. We don't need to put effort. But when we try to meditate, it's not that easy, because that is showing us our which one is more familiar to us. So if we go to other way, put more effort to meditation, and it's become other round, and then you become a less kind of active mind, monkey mind, more relaxed, more calm. So this is every morning. First is try to meditate that kind of loving kindness, compassion, or good heart. And try to make ourselves promise that today I want to be a good person. I want to do good things. Then, end of the day, if you haven't done all those what you make promise, then you give some punishment yourself. So what kind of punishment you want to give, that's up to you. When we were little, teacher joked with us. He said, during the morning you make some kind of method on motivation, try to build agenda or to do some good things, and end of the day and reflect back your whole day. And he said, if you have done more good things, maybe you give reward or some nice dinner or something. If you have done more bad things than good, then maybe you can give punishment to yourself to skip your dinner or some kind of like that, not treating yourself well. I don't know. So I think that's what he said. But the main point is, end of the day, you have to look back. How much my time I waste today? Because our life, it never go back. There are no reward,
Rewind.
They rewind. They are not rewind for the life. So, also it's life is it's like a stream of water, continuing, never stop. So make sure. So I think tonight we go to meditate with the Four Noble Truth. That's really important. Before the Four Noble Truth, talk on the Four Noble Truth, I want to talk a little bit about the Buddha's life story. This is nothing have to do with the Buddhism or not, but why he left home, why he's searching some peace. I think we have to look on that, because when he was little, naturally he was a really kind person, I can say. He really had a good heart, and he couldn't tolerate or he couldn't ignore when unjustified things happen. Can say unjustified, yeah, things that are right.
Injustice?
Yeah, outrageous things happen, and he couldn't. There are many incidents. Like one time, he was just a little boy walking around, and the farmer is farming with a bowl. With a bowl, and Buddha saw the bowl so tired. They sweating, so tired. They pulling that, digging the ground, and see, he couldn't see that. So he told to the farmer, said, release the bowl, let them free them. They don't deserve this hardship. So of course farmer had to listen to him because he was the son of the king. So then Buddha went under the tree, meditate on that, observe on that circumstance, how how those goals are suffering. Meditate on that in a long period of time. And one day also Buddha was just walking down through the street, and a bunch of low caste people walking. And Buddha was come near, they run away. And Buddha said, why you run away from me? And they couldn't watch to Buddha's face, kind of going down on the ground, lay down. Then they said, oh, we're low caste. We're not allowed to watch your face because you're a really high caste, you're a royal family. Buddha said, I don't see any different. So how come, even we are same human being, how come this kind of treatment? Some are becoming important, some are nobody. So he couldn't understand, he couldn't tolerate that kind of behavior. I think you can say human behavior. Yeah. And of course, he lived with a joint family. Joint family, more drama. So there are lots of drama between even between the royal family. So many things going on. That way, have you heard the Devadat? Devadat is his cousin. Always a competition from the childhood to until Devata died. Always he tried to defeat the Buddha. Devata was Buddha's uncle's son, a little bit older than Buddha. Before Buddha was born, because Buddha's father had no son, and the father treated Devata really well like his son. But once Buddha born, and kind of he neglect a little bit. So Devata had that, what called that. So he always try to, do bad things with Buddha. So something like that's one example. There's a family drama. So much things going on. So Buddha left home to not because he's running away from them. He wasn't running from the situation, but he really wanted to find out the solution. How to fix those all problems. What he saw in his earlier life until he turned age 25. He saw many things, and he had no solution to fix them because he really wanted to fix those all problems. Because when he had no solution of how to fix them, so that way he said, I have to search to solution for this. That way I have to leave. Then lots of people saying, oh, he left his wife, and some people looking the wrong way, saying he's not that nice guy. He left his wife, his child, without looking after them. He didn't take responsibility. So I was thinking, if anyone got a divorce, that kind of divorce, I think happily will take that aside. I mean, she got everything, include the kingdom. This is not 50-50 divorce. It's 100% divorce. Make sense? So if you look that way, then maybe. But still, of course, sometimes we have to sacrifice to achieve some big goal for some long-term benefit. Sometimes we have to give up short terms. Tonight you are here. If you're not looking at long-term benefit, you just sit on the on the couch, watch some TV or something, have some beer, or relax. You don't have to be tensely sit down trying to meditate. We put this sometimes as a hardship to achieve some long-term benefit. So I think that reason is so that way, when he found the solution, he taught Four Truth. He said, this is the answer, what he was looking. And Four Noble Truth, you see, you have to look this way. First is called the truth of suffering. Truth of suffering is like sickness. And truth of the source is that cause to that sickness. And truth of the cessation is becoming healthy. And truth of the path is medicine. So there's two. Buddha said, when we do these things, it can happen this way. When we do this one, it's going to happen this one. If we do negative things, the result is called the suffering. When we do positive things, the result is become happiness. That is called in Tibetan we said two cause and result of a positive and negative. Positive means the kind of like good deed, merit, which give you happiness. Negative means which is the non-virtuous things. So that is basically Four Noble Truth. Originally come from there. Reason is why Buddha taught. So now, like you have the book here, page 8 actually. The Four Noble Truths were taught by the historical Shakyamuni Buddha in the teaching of the dear Prabhupada, the Sarana, called the training of the will of the truth. They embody the fundamental truth underlying the entire of a Buddhist thought doctrine. So they call that fundamental truth. This is not that something because Buddha want to be asked to believe. This is the reality. Buddha himself said, just don't believe because what I said. Make sure you understood. But after you understand, if my word does not make sense, you can reject. So that way, that the reason we use as is called the fundamental truth. No matter who talks, it's the truth. Like anywhere we go, any continent, any area, if we do 10 non-virtues, nobody going to give you reward. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like killing, sexual misconduct, stealing, that kind of non-virtuous act. Anywhere you go, it's not good. Doesn't matter you're a religion person or non-religion. So this is just naturally negative, not some kind of someone's law. I think you can say nature law, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, reality, nature of reality. So that reason is said that truth of suffering, first one. In Sanskrit said dukkha, satya. Dukkha means sad, satya means the truth. And Tibetan is said Tungikideva. So when we are talking about the truth, the suffering, most of the time people think, oh, I already know the suffering. I don't want to think about the suffering. In the Buddhism, not saying is you think about the result of suffering. When you're thinking result of suffering, it's not just only you live there. You have to go further. You have to try to find the source. Because until you find the source, you cannot find the solution. If you want to find the solution, you have to find the source. When we talk about the truth of suffering, we normally try to ignore or reject or avoid, yeah? Mm-hmm. I mean, most of the time we try to do that way. That way we think that is the solution. Buddha said, no, that's not really a solution. If you really want to get rid from the root, find where come from that. You know, then it's easier to understand where come from. So think about that. We I'm sure you go to every year to an annual check-up, yeah? Physically. You go to check-up. Yeah? Most of you do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, most people.
Yeah. Why? We're not hoping to find some sickness. It's not a reason check-up. It's not a reason that we want to find some sickness. But we want to find that we are okay. If we are not okay, if you find out that, then doctor will give you solution to how to cure. If you not find out what kind of sickness you have, most of Tibetans have this problem. When we get kind of small sickness, we say, oh, just take some blessing pills. It's okay, take some blessing pills, maybe okay. But when they go to actually doctor, too late. So that's not good solution. So
That is true.
yeah. So that way, when we think about the suffering, it's not we not try to make ourselves miserable. I think when we understand the suffering, then finally you can tell, oh, what really making me suffering? What is the main cause of my this suffering? Make sense? Then finally you can find the solution. So that's called the truth of suffering. Human basically we face 8 different kind of sufferings. We call the 8 major sufferings. Suffering of birth. I mean, most of we don't remember how much.
There's a lot of screaming when you're born.
Yeah. That is only we noticing when someone else born. Suffering of birth, suffering of aging, suffering of sickness, and final suffering is called the death. Nobody can escape. And another suffering called suffering of separating from the loved one, suffering the meeting with the unpleasant one, suffering of the not finding what you desire, suffering of losing what you have. Those suffering degree is different based on the how much you attach. You know, kinds of emotion degree is different. So that's true. Thinking about suffering is not that much helpful. It's only make us more miserable. But when we really understand that, then we can try to find the solution to how to cure it from this, permanently how to free from this suffering. I think that is the really main reason to Buddha taught about why he taught about the suffering. And there's lots of different small suffering we don't not noticing. You know, suffering itself is divided into 3: suffering of suffering, suffering of change, or pervasive suffering. Suffering of change is, I give you one small simple example. This I told many times, but for you guys it's the first time. I had my own mattress in monastery. Monastery mattress is not soft. Trust me. It's really hard. So then later I moved here. The mattress is really wonderful. Yeah, it's really soft. It's really good. But even I don't like that much with a soft mattress. But then after the few years I went back. I tried to sleep on my old mattress. I couldn't sleep at all because it's too hard. Now I was thinking, you know, which one should I complain? Soft one or hard one? Before I never experienced the soft one, I never feel that hard one is hard.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So reason is why we call the suffering of change is in the samsara we experience lots of pleasure. It will really give you pleasure. It's a good pleasure. There's nothing wrong with that. Only problem with that is it never stays with us continually. More we experience the pleasure on those particular enjoyment, more you will experience the suffering. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if we have that pleasure continually, nothing wrong with that. Enjoy with that. But 100% sure that we never have any kind of a pleasure is continuing. Only short time. Because when that end, and we experience greater suffering, which is not exist before. Like for example, nowadays if you go to somewhere, your phone have no signal, you will really feel miserable. You think you lost all your world. That suffering it not exist 50 years ago. Even like 30 years ago, not exist that way. We have no problem to send it later, and you know. And after the few months they get at least, you know, what called the send back to letter, and after a few reply, and then after a few months you get, wow, my letter got, and I got this, you're really happy. Now that you send text message, a few seconds, a few minutes not reply, then you get worried, man. You know, I mean, this all is, I'm not saying it's all the convenient is not good, but from those convenient to, we also build more pressure, more suffering. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's showing us if that stay continually, permanently, all those pleasure, it's a good things. Nothing wrong with that. But nothing is permanently stay all the worldly pleasure. When it's end, and there are greater suffering. You know. I mean, anything. Like, first you buying those old clothes and you enjoy with that. But after the little while you get tired, then you have to get rid of them. It makes you mad when you see them, you know. So you have to throw away, you have to take somewhere, you know. It's just the same thing as everything. Our desire is really short. So like when you buy a car, for example, at the beginning give you really pleasure when you bought the car. You say, oh, I got a new car. And you drive around, you know, enjoy it. But after the little while, then everything comes. Car is like hungry ghost. You have to put gas every time, you have to fix all the time, you have to pay the insurance and this and that. Every month lots of money goes to the car. Then you have to worry it leaving outside, especially if this is a really good condition. And so there's not much pleasure by car. Then one day, somehow, if you can sell that, you get some money, then it give you a little bit pleasure. So for example, from the car, from the beginning and the end, maybe get some pleasure, but middle there's not much. Make sense? So that is showing us a car have no power to give you joy or give you suffering. This is more how much degree of attachment you have, that much degree of suffering will get from the material object. So it's all the mind game. So you have to learn how to let go of that. Same time, we have to take responsibility. It's different. Taking care and attach is totally different. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. So like when you go to public garden, you enjoy the garden, beautiful flower, but when you leave free completely, because garden is not yours. When you have your own garden, you attach there. Even somebody come near the garden, you get mad. So that is the, I think, kind of like mind game. So that is what does that really mean in the meditation? You have to think on that. try to observe in this certain these things. It helps you, really help you to find how to how I make myself happy. You can find the solution. Otherwise, when somebody give you to say, oh, you do this one, then you're not going to enjoy that much actually. You're not going to feel that much. Just following only someone's direction. So in the Buddhism, really meditation, you will not give that much instruction, really. Just give some brief instruction and said, experience with this, what you feel, and come back, tell me how goes it. Normally we do that way. Because if you get a lot of information from the beginning, then your meditation not go well. End of the day, it doesn't work. So this is a truth. Educated one, philosophically Buddhism, educated ones try to meditate and uneducated one meditate. Most of the time, less educated one is become better. Because they're not playing with a mind game. They just sincerely try to experience. So that experience can go deeper than understand. Understand only can go to the top. So the reason that right now we just talk about a little bit about the suffering. And just go out, daily life, absorb them, and try to think about that. When we think about that, we will find the solution actually. Humans are really smart. When it's called necessity is the mother of advantage.
Invention.
Yeah, that's really true. When we become really, really something that really need, we will find way to get that one. So that way, just maybe go to, already 7:46. So first 10 minutes, we should meditate on the truth of suffering. But I'm going to tell you this from the beginning. If it giving you emotionally, problem, can say? It is making you uncomfortable, don't look into it. Don't think about the suffering too much. Because mind balance is the most important part of the meditation. Every time. You don't have to force to, because some people cannot tolerate thinking about the suffering. They make them emotionally really difficult to deal with that. If you have that kind of a problem, then think immediately about the good things. Also, there are lots of good things you can imagine in the world. So main point is make sure your balance is okay, emotion balance is okay, because unbalanced never be good. So even you are thinking about the suffering, it giving you lots of problem because of that too much emotionally. Can say my English not good, so I couldn't find the good word, but if it's haunting you emotionally, so then you have to stop and try to think about some positive, good things, happiness. Lots of you can find the happiness source. So, but until that, try to absorb what is the suffering, where is called the suffering. You know, before I think go to this, when I walk in the outside, I get muscle pain. One day I get so pain, you know, and so I feel the whole body is kind of pain. But then I immediately gone back to that kind of meditation. I thought, where is that really my suffering is? Then it's really gone completely from rest of my body. Only stay actually my muscle where is the pain. Rest of body not experiencing that. Include my heart is a little bit become more because lots of time we have physically suffering on that emotion add more suffering on that, and that emotion make double triple to greater suffering. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean you have to learn that how to separate those. Make sure. So please meditate as a body posture straight, and we do short meditation on the suffering. This is really bad sound state. Meditate on the suffering, but absorb in the truth of suffering. And second is the truth of the cause of suffering. Like when you get sickness, that sickness has some kind of source, what called the infection, yeah? It makes suffering. In the Buddhism, most of sufferings come from two. You heard the word called karma. I think this is now kind of English word now. Karma is everybody uses as karma. But most of the time, especially I think most of Westerners think karma means some kind of punishment. Karma is actually a Sanskrit word. It's same mean action. Karma is literally really action. Any action is called karma. So any action have a result. That behind that action, who is the behind the action? Who is the behind the action? Mind is the behind the action. So when we do good action, this is supported by the good thought and do good action. When we do bad action, supported by the negative thought. So karma, we basically karma divide into three: virtue, non-virtue, and mutual karma.
Mutual karma?
Mutual, yeah, kind of like not exactly virtue or not exactly non-virtue.
Neutral.
Yeah,
Neutral.
mutual karma.
Yes.
Like when we do like a physically three, killing, sexual misconduct, stealing, that is a non-virtue. And then from the speech, lying, harsh word, divisive speech, idle talk, those is a non-virtue. But if you do physically, like save someone's life, okay, with the keep with the contact, or opposite of those basic non-virtue. It's called virtuous karma. Then neutral is like go to sleep, eating. Those are generally neutral. Neutral mean can go anywhere. Like for example, if you go to thought, negative thought, before bed, they said don't go bed with angry. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to bed with angry, whole night sleep is go with angry.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes whole sleep is becoming negative. If you eat some food, so that way you get strength, so you can harm someone, then that food becomes non-virtue. But if you eat food that you want to help someone, or you want to educate, or all the good things you want to do, that food becomes a virtue. So it's like sleeping and eating and walking, those some action, neutral. It means anywhere can go. So those basically, especially here, the source of suffering is a non-virtuous karma. That non-virtuous karma created by negative emotion, like ignorance, attachment, aversion. One of those involved. Like for example, killing. There's a 3 ways to. One is ignorance. Like some do the ritual, and that ritual involved to the killing some animals. For example, you think that's you doing good things, but that came from the ignorance. That action came from the ignorance. And when you hate someone, your enemy, you kill that one. That killing came from the hatred. When you kill the animal for the food, that killing came from the attachment. So those 3 main emotions, the main cause to be involved to the action of killing. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that is called that reason karma with the negative karma with the negative emotion has become a non-virtue, and that is the source of suffering. Long as we have this negative emotion, negative emotion, will never be free from the suffering, because we are feeding the source of suffering continually. One time in the Buddhist life story, I saw that somebody got really mad to someone, and Buddhist was saying, getting mad to your enemy is a not good reason. When you get mad to your enemy, it's like holding the what called hot oil in your hand, and the thinking to want to throw to your enemy. But when you hold it in your hand, it will burn your hand.
Yeah.
The same as I heard in the English, they're saying angry is like eating poison. Eating poison to hoping that your enemy died. So I feel like the emotion is never be good to ourselves. Make sense? Because only give us suffering. Sometimes we think, oh, I deserve to be angry because that person making me angry. I deserve to be angry. I think when we're angry, of course, other person make you suffering some certain degree, but then you're angry, keep that suffering alive continually. One time I was watching TV and guys, and one girl came, she was crying. And she felt really sad because when she was a teenager, somebody sexually abused. And of course, that's always bad. But then he said, now you have to let go of that. And not sexual abuse, I'm sorry. What called bully in school.
Oh.
Bully, somebody's got bully. Yeah.
A much lesser offense.
Yeah. So she was really emotional on that. So he said, that person bullied you at that time, but you bully yourself continually by holding that. I think that's really same as when we get angry. You know, we feeding our suffering life by feeding angry. You know, making more stronger, and it's not going to give us good solution to free. I'm not saying it's all Buddhism or practitioner or people who meditate not have angry. Trust me, everyone have angry. But how you can deal with that, you have to learn first. How to control that. When you get angry, what do you do? You know, first I think we have to learn. If you think, oh, I want to meditate that way, I never have angry. It's not going to happen that way. When we meditate, we may feel, oh, I'm enlightened now. Wow, my mind is really pure, wonderful, you know. But then you wake, open your mind and you see all things, then their attachment, hatred, jealousy, anger, everything is come pop up. So it's true. But then, second round, you have to be mindfulness of, okay, I have to learn how to protect myself from this emotion. In Buddhism, we use as a term as those three, we call the three poisons. When poison take, it kill your life, yeah? It take your life. Same thing as those three, kill your happiness, peace, relax, comfortable. Relationship, everything destroyed by those three. So that reason we use as a term them as a poison, three poison. I'm sure if you read some books, you may go to get there, sometime mentioned with the three poison or something. It's the same as a poison. Nothing good from that. Nothing going to give us good things. Any of those emotions. There's one Indian scholar called Shantideva. He said, even the whole three samsara, three ones, every sentient being become your enemy, cannot do damage much as can do by your own emotion. You know, your own emotion can hurt this life, next life, life after life. If you have some enemies, you can move away, then you are free from that enemy. Make sense?
7 billion people on this planet.
Yeah.
There's always someone else.
Yeah. So that way I think, so even they can do worse things, maybe take life. Yeah, maybe can take life, but they cannot throw us to the miserable low run or anything. I mean, lots of religion use as hell. You know. I think, like for example, your your enemy cannot make your day as hell, but your emotion definitely make your day as hell. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that way, in Buddhism we always said, actually source of suffering is those three. Because of those three, make us to do lots of stupid things. I mean, when we get angry, for example, we do lots of stupid things. Then later, when our anger is calm down, then we regret with that. Many times, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
So that is how I think how to you have to be mindfulness to how to can say control or try to find the solution to make sure it not control you, that emotion not control you. You not become slave of that emotion. So for that you have to recognize. Once you recognize, and you have to say, you are not my friend. Whenever it arises, say, you are not my friend. You are not come to help me. And in Buddhism, we call the Bodhisattva. Have you heard that? Person who do extraordinary things, that they can put other more important than themselves. You know, this is sattva, mean that really can do difficult one. So most difficulty is controlling our own emotion. That is the most difficult actually. You can, outside you can control easily. You know, like if you're worrying maybe thief or some dangers come, you may buy a good security house, yeah, better lock, and put more metal kind of protection, whatever. You can do lots of things, but you cannot secure or you cannot protect by physically those kind of security, your emotion. Make sense? Mm-hmm. You cannot live outside until you are yourself is ready to walk with that and recognize with that. Once you recognize, and you slowly work with how to get rid of that. So then one day maybe we're free from completely that emotion. But let's right now try to recognize that. Until now, when you get angry, you think, well, I deserve to be angry because that made me angry. This is my right to be angry. Now on, you may think, actually, I don't deserve to be angry because I don't deserve to be uncomfortable. I don't deserve to be disturbed in my mind. I deserve to be calm. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be peace. So what is it really making disturbing our peace? So in India, there's one yogi invited by his friend king. This is true story. Then at the road, there are welcome ceremony, really fancy welcome ceremony with the musician and the singing flower, everything so beautiful. And that yogi came to the palace. And when yogi got to the palace, king asked, how was my welcome ceremony to his friend? Yogi is friend of king. So, how was my welcome ceremony? And the yogi said, what ceremony? What are you talking about? I haven't seen any ceremony. And king said, no, you're lying. Those musicians and those flowers and all those, arranged outside there on the road side, both sides. That's not impossible that you not notice anything. Then yogi said, I test for you. You bring your servant, make him carry oil full of jar on his head, and order, if he drop oil from the jar, he will lose his head. So one soldier holding that sword, yeah, next to that guy who's holding the oil on his head. Then people perform around him, dancing, singing. So everything done, and he's removed the oil and everything, and King asked, how's those singing and dance? And that guy said, I haven't seen anything at all. That is showing as a, we protect from those all. So long as we learn how to be protect from that, then nobody can destroy your happiness. Nobody can take away your happiness until you're ready to. Also, I can say nobody can make you suffering until you're ready to accept. Yes, I have one friend. He's a little bit slow sometimes, so I get irritated, when I get irritated, I scream at him, and he just smiles. I suffering extra. And he have no problem for him. So it's like when hit someone, it's bounce back to you and hit you back. So because he's not accepting that for him it's for funny. It never hurt him, but it hurt me because he's not. First of all, he's not doing something when I ask him. Then second of all, he's not accepting my anger. So it only makes me suffer. Make sense? Mm-hmm. That is how we can try to see the source of suffering. So this thing is not just only kind of not just religion practice, I can say. This is how to live the life. What kind of life you want. It doesn't matter you believe religion or not, you practice religion or not. It's not important. Most important is how you can protect yourself. This is just general things, basic things, livelihood, part of the livelihood. Everyone should be aware. So that reason at the beginning I said we're not doing formally religion way. We just gather. Social, can say, yeah. Mm-hmm. And social way to how to engage. Because out there, so much distraction out there, and it would not really give us time to relax. Can say our days go so fast. There's so much distraction. We never get chance to be ourselves. Our lives become a slave of everything there out there. So when you meditate a little bit, that meditation is becoming actually yourself. Can be yourself, can be present, can be relaxed. Don't have to follow the what called the 21st century's technology slave. So I'm not saying technology is not helpful. Of course, it is really helpful. At the same time, also I think making convenient one way it is really helpful, but another way it hurt also. Lots of different ways. Now, for example, now we're using computer. Our skill of handwriting has become really bad. You know, and we're using a calculator. Our brain doesn't work anymore. Really. So many things that we use in technology. Because of that, so this is when you, anytime you have kind of emotion, look at that emotion. Don't try to get rid of that. Don't try to be offensive. Don't try to be slave. Just watch that emotion. Sometimes it becomes really funny. And going to end up you're laughing at yourself. Really. And you get angry. Don't think that person who made you angry or some situation, that just look that angry itself. Just observe that angry itself. As we said, water bubble arises from the water, dissolve to the water, not gone anywhere. Same thing as the anger arises from our emotion, dissolve to that. We don't need any antidote or anything. So, so this is a daily basic. You can use. I don't know, you can have to call meditation or absorption or whatever. For that, you don't need close eyes or you don't need to sit down or something. Anytime you, for example, you're driving or somebody cut off you, you know, when you get angry, don't think about that person who cut off you. Just look your own emotion. Okay, where it came from this? Came from that person? Or came from myself? How it arises? Okay, maybe those all conditions come to it. Now, where it is, inside of me or outside of me, try to find that one. Because one day when we are free from those emotions, then finally we can say free from suffering. Make sense? Then that is the third one said, truth of cessation of suffering. Sanskrit was called Nirodha Sataya. Nirodha, cease. Tibetan called the Gopa. Perpetual arising of the suffering can be stopped by ceasing, grieving, attachment, and aversion. So when we look this way, then finally we get called the nirvana, liberation. You don't have to go somewhere to liberate. Anyone can do. This liberation, everyone has equal right. Everyone can be liberated. But trust me, nobody can give you that liberation. It's not come with a package. It's not come with a gift card. You cannot buy any store. Only can get, even Buddha said, I show you how to liberate. But liberation is on your hand, in your hand, yeah? I joke normally, Buddha is Google. Google. Give you all answer, but you have to follow with all the, then you can. Like cookbook. Cookbook not going to cook for you. It gives you idea how to cook. You know, when you follow on that's all that what called the recipe, then you can have good meal. So Buddha is the like Google or whatever that give you all the information. In the Buddhism, we believe that way. I'm not saying you have to follow that what Buddhism, what we believe. But I think reality, I mean, like a Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Muslim, they believe the Creator, yeah. But nobody stay home. Everybody wake up morning early, go to work, make money. They don't just wait for the Creator to create money. I'm not saying they don't believe or anything, but still, one time I was in the FCC, we are having some kind of conference, kind of like a peace talk, whatever, their one of religion. So, and then somebody asked a question about God, and I joke with that. I said, God is like, I said, God create for you a vegetable, but your mother had to learn how to cook them. You know, it is your some kind of like that. You know, I'm not saying that what they believe is not right or anything. Even their own way, no one just wait. You know, they work hard to make that. So that is the reality. Whatever we want, we have to pursue it and get that one. So, cessation or nirvana, this is freedom. How we free? We have to learn that. That is a big meditation actually. What is not making us free? Then anything what not making us free is making us slave. How to get rid of that? I mean, we have to figure out. In the Buddhism way, we said three poison is the main your enemy. Your worst enemy is three poisons. Especially ignorance. We said ignorance is the mother of all the sufferings. Because of the ignorance, we have lots of go to day by day. Can call challenge. We're facing lots of difficult things. So this is the nirodha or cessation. And two of the path, last ones, Sanskrit called the march, marga sataya. Mark means the path. Path that lead to the successful cessation of the great noble eightfold path. So here's the eightfold path. You see, right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. What's called the eight. Right or perfect. I mean, normally we say to my view is right view. Like I saw one time there's a picture. Two guys standing. One is looking from the one direction, and that person see number 6. Other one is looking from the other direction. That person see number 9. And this one said, this is 6. Another one said, no, this is 9. On your own position, you're right, both of them. So, but in Buddhism, right view had to be common sense, logically, reasonably, something that is improved, that has become right view. But those 8 noble paths is mainly teaching called the 3 trainings. That's the key to liberation. First called the training of the morality. Training of the morality means the discipline. Physically, especially physically discipline. Lots of people said, I don't want a discipline, I want freedom. Yeah? Especially young people said, oh, I want freedom. Discipline is some kind of like getting my freedom away. I think discipline is the key to freedom. If you discipline, nobody say anything to you. You know, so nobody couldn't say anything. Like when you're driving on the highway, if you're just following the speed limit, even you see police next to you, behind you, you're worry free. You don't have to worry. When you're not following the rule regulation, then even police not there, you have to worry. Maybe police see me, maybe ticket. Yeah, I get ticket. Make sense? Yeah. If you're not breaking the law, even you get ticket, you go to court, and the court said, okay, you can be free. I mean, somehow you can get rid of that. But main point is it. As earlier I mentioned when we were talking about the meditation, because if we're not discipline our body, then controlling mind or relaxing mind is really difficult. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, when your body is weak, you cannot meditate. Your body is really tired, you cannot meditate. When your body is really sick, you cannot meditate. When you're really hungry, you cannot meditate. You know, once you get all the necessary for the body and body is relaxed, then finally you can meditate. I mean, you can try that one. So, discipline means the support to bodies have to support. Like you guys go to school, yeah? If you discipline yourself, you can pay attention to what teacher saying. Then you can listen, you can hear, you can understand. So there's all 3 training there in the class. When you sit quietly and discipline, you can pay attention to what teacher. So discipline is a training of the morality. Then you can pay attention to the teacher's instruction. It's called the training of the samadhi. When you pay attention, you will understand. You not waste your day by just being there. Make sense? You learn something. That is called wisdom. So those 3 training, I said, we can use every day, not just only meditation. Every day of our life, we can use those 3 trainings. Training of the morality, training of the samadhi, and training of the wisdom. Make sense? So here samadhi, come by the meditation. This is samadhi. Just be mindfulness. You can focus on anything. Whatever make you comfortable. Focus something that make you comfortable. in India, there's one old guy. He was a buffalo caretaker. And one master said, I will teach you how to meditate, come here. And that old guy sit down. And the master said, okay, now you meditate on me. Focus on me. And the old guy tried to close his eyes, tried to focus on the master. Never comes. And he said, I cannot meditate on you. And the master asked, and what is coming in your mind when you close your eyes? He said, only I see the buffalo. Because his whole life he had been the buffalo caretaker. He said, I only can see the buffalo. Then master said, okay, then you meditate on the buffalo. You use as a buffalo as a reference point to how to meditate. So then he used that technique. And he becomes really good. But the problem was, because he's in the cave meditating as a buffalo, he become. And then one day master said, come out. And he said, I couldn't come out. And I asked, why? Because my horn is stuck in the cave. And they said, okay, now you meditate your hand as a saw and cut the horn and come out. So he did and came out. Then after that, slowly he transformed buffalo as his Buddha. Make sense? So I think for the beginner, just use a lot of Westerner I heard they use in breathing. That's a really good technique. So most easiest things. It's breathing gently, really gentle, even you're not hearing yourself. Because when you breathe hard, hard breathe, it disturb your calmness of mind. So you need to learn how to breathe really gentle. And so that is one of the 3 training of the truth of the path. Then third one is a wisdom. Wisdom means to educate. I think this is I can tell you this is my own example. Before I had no access for the Christian or Muslim or anything. I always think this is true. I always think Buddhism is the only right religion. Rest is a completely mistake. Now, because I got here, I got more access, and English is getting a little bit better, so I listen of their teachings. Now, I understand I was really wrong, actually. There's no one religion as the only correct one. You can say that. Every religion has a really wonderful qualities. If you know how to use them. Include the Buddhism. If you know how to use them, everyone have wonderful quality. But if you don't know how to use them, everyone will make you miserable. So that is how you can get rid of this misunderstanding through the education. I mean, even human to human, we meet, talk, conversation. And more we have conversation, you feel more closeness. And one day can we become a really good friend. Make sense? So I think that is how we educate, we learn. That is the key to how to get rid of our ignorance. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So that is what does wisdom mean. Try to understand. Because normally we build our own fence. Said, okay, I know this. This is only right. And anyone says beside this, I don't want to listen. And that is a really make you really lots of problem yourself. So, but main point is all those need support. I think can say meditation, yeah, common by meditation, calmness. If you can do. Actually, I heard right now, lots of company giving you time to meditate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good medicine. I mean, I believe we need nutrition for the body. That way we eat, yeah, we sleep. Those are nutrition for the body. And mind need nutrition too. Meditation is a really good nutrition for the mind. You don't need to, like a worksheet, or you don't need anything. Just maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Sit down and just calm, relax, and focus. Don't try to do too long, actually. That's not good. It always comes two things, agitation or dullness. If you try to do too long from the beginning. Lots of people, I saw lots of people doing meditation then. Yeah, this that's dullness. And some people try to meditate, then come thought after thought, then go to lots of different way. Body is here, mind is gone somewhere else. That's a part of the agitation. So that way, make sure not come those two. So that reason, if you can do shorter but many times, it's better for the beginning. Okay, so we have some time. We should do some meditation. So as a body posture, so body posture as a beginning, I said 7 postures, especially try to straight. And in the we do is hold the hand little bit forefinger below navel, on the not on the left like this, but a little bit this way. And your shoulder push back a little bit. When your shoulder push back, your spine become more straight. And neck is slightly forward. Slightly forward. And normally we gaze eyes in the front of you, not just looking at the side, or just gaze, we said, you gaze tip of the nose. And Dalai Lama said, Westerner easier than Asian. When you gaze in tip of the nose, most of Asians have flat nose. So main point is just we said like only can see this far from your vision, no further than that. So just and I mean each one have their own beneficial, but basically that's how you use physically support body essential point of meditation. So that's my take on that. here, last part, you will see the picture. This is we call the wheel of samsara. Session. Oh, this is not part of that. This is subject should goes here. This is a part of actually Four Noble Truth. This is the before text actually writing on the paper. What happened was there's two incidents. There's one Indian king called Bimbisar from central India. He have a friend in the borderland kingdom, and all time they exchange the gift. So borderland king sent him really precious gift, but the Bimbisar have nothing to send him back, because everything, normally they have to send something that they don't have all time. So, and Bimbisar came to Buddha, said, I really need something that is really gift to that my friend doesn't have. So Buddha guide or order to draw this picture. This picture is some kind of scary one holding, that is symbolized as a death. Whoever inside this wheel, we don't have control our own death. Death control us. We call the Lord of the Dead. There is no such things like beings who kill us, but it means our element we not control. Body element, we not control our own element. Element control us. That reason. In the center there is three animals: rooster, snake, pig. Those are symbolized as three poisons. Roosters as attachment, snake as aversion, pig as ignorance. That's true or not, I don't know. I heard pig is the smartest animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know where it goes. But what I can say is when in the Buddhism we talk about the ignorance and wisdom, it's based on the knowledge of what is right, what is wrong. Make sense? Human have that stronger sense than animal. When human kills someone, we have feel guilty. But animal doesn't. I don't know. I never saw that they act that way. I mean, we cannot tell what they feel. But still, some animal have a little bit. They show. But I think human has stronger sense that one. What is right, what is wrong. Based on that, in the Buddhism, ignorance and wisdom divide on based on that. Basic intelligence, definitely animals are much smarter than human beings. Really, 100%. Animals smarter. But when it comes to the what is right, what is wrong, what is virtue, what is non-virtue, human sense is more stronger. Can you say that? Yeah? I think that reason we said animals are ignorance. Okay. So that is the three poisons. And there's a 6 box, you see, there's 6 realms. Top is a God realm, this side is a demigod, this side is human, this side is a hunger ghost, this side is animal, and bottom is hell realm. So these 6 realms. In the Buddhism, we divided every sentient beings in the 6 realms. So this God realm is not same as a Christian or Muslim. They call the God, Creator. It's not same. This is a realm, not what called heaven. I think they're different, whatever. But the main point is that they are in the samsaric being. Samsaric being, those 6. And outside there's a 12 box. That is the souls, how to circle. First one is there's a one blind one as an ignorance, symbol of ignorance. Then after the blind one, there will be somebody's making pottery. You know, so that is as our mental formation. So that goes to until to the somebody carrying on the dead body. That's the death. So those all circled. So this is it. And top there is one Buddha you will see. And actually Buddha is pointing, supposed to be here should have one moon. Buddha pointing to the moon. Moon as a symbolized as a cool. Cool from the heat of afflicted emotion. You know, so as a moon as a symbolized as a nirvana. Buddha is showing that is the nirvana out of samsara. So this is his king Bibhisar sent to the borderland king, and that king get a great benefit from the teaching of the Four Noble Truth on this. Same time also there's one lady from Sri Lanka, really devoted to the Buddha, but it's a long distance, couldn't come. So Buddha sent one this picture, and she had realization of a Four Noble Truth from this picture. So we talk about the truth of suffering. The 6 boxes is truth of suffering. This 6 box. Truth of the source of suffering is this 3 and this 12 as the source of suffering. And truth of the cessation is supposed to be this moon, is the truth of the cessation. Buddha is pointing to the moon. And the truth of the path, sometimes you will see the writing here, in short instruction. Basically saying is engage, abandoning, enter to the Buddhist path, Buddhist teaching, like elephant free from the mud, same as you free yourself from the mud of samsara. And the bottom here, sometimes you will see. So this is the, and Buddha order, every monastery should have this picture and at the door. So if you go to visit Tibetan monastery, pretty much 99% of the monasteries, the side of the door, front door, you will see this picture. This is the teaching of the Four Noble Truth. Complete Four Noble Truth teaching. Before text writing on the paper, they wrote the image. So this one. So this is a really important part of the instruction. Of course, as I mentioned you earlier, Google is the Buddha. If you Google, you will see all of this. Thank you. So 9-3.
Thank you.
903. So okay, 3 more.
So we'll see you next week.
Yes. So if you have any suggestion or any comment or question, please, anytime you can just raise your hand and shoot. Include my English, because I really need a guiding instructor for my English.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I understand most of it.
Thank you.
Better than some of my friends. You know? Your grammar.